Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Good? I hope so. I have decided I'm probably going to make a Discord server. I don't know. It just seems like it would be a fun thing to do, and it'll be an easier way for people to interact with me. So I'll get back to you when that's made and everything's operational and whatnot. And yeah, that's all I really have for the intro of this video. Today I bring to you the Grace Fandom. Now, I was a little bit perplexed when searching for clips on this game, because on one side, you can see I've got a Reddit thread up here, and someone said you end up jorking it in the game, so I was like, what is this game about? Like, what's going on here? I don't know if it's true. It's super complicated for me, so a lot of the stuff I'm saying in this video may just be either, wrong or just very misguided. The only thing I will say for certain is I'm going to comment on the videos I'm seeing. So the further lore and whatnot and what happens in the game, I even tried reading the wiki. It is just a bunch of nonsense to me. I understand the very basic core premise of the game, that being God put John in a labyrinth, in like an infinite labyrinth, to like make him fight against his sins or something like that, like something along that lines. But we're just going to be looking at the videos, and again, don't harass no one, don't make any mean comments about anyone. If you're going to make a comment, be purely objective and opinionated. Don't say anything with malice, basically. I don't do that, and I don't expect you guys to do that too. That's not a good way to conduct yourself. Okay, so we have a yume ship between Sun and Mime. Well, you kind of know how I feel about yume ships. I actually seen a video while scrolling on TikTok, and it's like, yume ships are not healthy. Someone left a comment saying something like yume ships is healthy. I personally wouldn't agree. Sure, we've all had that thought of like looking at a character or something like that and being like, oh yes, I'd smash. Oh yes, I would most certainly make that character happy. But like, at least in my case and like my friends' cases, and just people I've ever interacted with, when we say those types of things, we don't like genuinely mean it. And then we won't go online and then make, a yume ship. What we're doing is just kind of bantering and joking around, admiring a character's physicality, maybe even their personality, just a slight bit. But, yume ships are different. They put an entire tag to it, yume ship. They put an entire title to what they're doing, which makes it seem a little bit more than just your standard, oh, I'd smash that character, or that character, I'd most certainly date that character. I think it's kind of different when you make art about it, make an edit about it, make an animation about a yume ship, or talk about a yume ship. I think, it's kind of much more deeper than just your average, yes, I like that character, which is why I believe it's not necessarily healthy. But just because it's not healthy, it doesn't mean I think it's like super unhealthy. You know what I mean? I think if you yume ship, oh well, so what? If you were to come to me in real life and go, hey Kage, I yume ship myself with fucking Arthur Morgan, I wouldn't then push you to the ground and then fucking spit on you. I'd just be like, oh, fair enough. I just personally don't understand yume shipping, and it does seem a tiny bit parasocial, for you to go, I like that character so much that I'm gonna make an edit where I pair myself with them. It seems a little bit like parasocial, and that's why I find it to be weird. So like, don't take me calling this fandom weird or whatnot, these clips weird or whatnot, as me like hating on them. It's just I personally don't understand it, and a lot of the time yume shippers do kind of go a little bit too far into it, I believe, in some cases. But that doesn't mean I think yume shipping as a whole is the most terrible thing on earth. So let's look at the tags. Grace yume ship, FYP, art, edit, OCX canon, Yume ship, non-sharing Yume, self-ship, Grace Roblox, Mime Grace Roblox. Oh, shit, fuck, I forgot to talk about who they're shipping themselves with. I don't know what, I know that every character represents a sin. Again, I told you I'm not going to look at the lore and whatnot and go into it based solely off of kind of what I'm seeing. You know, it just looks like a smiley face with hands. I have seen like humanized versions of them, which I think is a little bit weird, but oh well. The only thing I can really comment on about this video is just it's a Yume ship, and I find it to be a little bit weird. Grace Yume Sona, that's a new term, had to fix something. No, I don't support the creator of the game. I'm pretty sure it's controversial. Grace OC, Grace Game, Yume ship, John Grace, Grace, John Grace? Can you lock the fuck in? There are guardian angels that guide and keep John safe. Keep John Grace safe. Can you lock the fuck in? Yume ship. Oh, are they shipping this thing? I guess this is their OC, because I know this character's called John. John Grace, I'm pretty sure. Am I right? Oh, fuck, I don't know. But, again, it's a Yume ship. Find it a little bit weird. And this time they even added, like, you know, a little blurb, a little bit of, you know, introspection. Is that the right word? Introspection was not the right word. So, I don't know what word to use here. They gave a little bit of, you know, extra information on their character. Again, I think it's still just a little bit weird. It's your standard average Yume ship. Nothing too harmful about it. The only Yume ships I will truly have a problem, which I'll say this now, are the ones where they ship themselves with children. Even if it's children shipping themselves with children, I still think it's very, very weird. Again, the same arguments for the last video can be used for this video, but that goes for both ways. It doesn't mean I think this person's weird or anything. It's just, I find the concept of Yume shipping a little bit weird. Again, it seems like, at least to me, there's a difference from, oh, I like this character. Oh, I'm going to ship myself with this character. Especially when you create an OC. I know that there's some videos, I don't think it's this one, but I know there's some videos where people create their own OCs just so they can ship them with a character. I also know that there's some deep shipping wars, Yume ship wars, where I think it was someone in my DMs or the comment section who were like, hey, so this community has really toxic Yume shipping culture. If you ship yourself with a character that they like, they'll like harass and berate you and stuff like that because they want themselves to be with that character. So that's like earlier when I was saying people go too into it. That's what I meant. I didn't like go into it like what that meant because I kind of just forgot until like right this second. But that's where Yume shipping can be dangerous, especially when new people join a community and they see people arguing over Yume ships or, you know, stuff like that. Maybe there's this really popular creator that you like and they ship themselves with a character and someone else ships themselves with that character, so that creator just gets everyone to go over there and harass that person. Now, I don't know if that's happened, but the internet is so big and such a vast, large space, I wouldn't be surprised if that's happened on a small scale somewhere. And it is a possibility. So, you know, it's not fair to rule it out completely. Now, in this case, again, it's just them shipping themselves or shipping the character that they made with John Grace. But Yume shipping is like, I'm pretty sure Yume shipping is self-shipping, just like a different name. I'll look it up. A Yume ship, from the Japanese word yume, meaning dream, is a fictional relationship between a fan's self-insert or original character and an existing fictional character, also known as self-shipping. Okay, then. Now, from reading that, it's kind of two different things. It's shipping a character that you created with a fictional character that already exists, but it's also self-shipping, so putting a little bit of yourself into that character, I guess, or kind of shipping yourself with a character. I could have read that wrong. I read it to you guys. If I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know how you interpret a Yume ship, actually. Not like a definition basis. Let me know what, like, the consensus of fandom people, what you guys think is the appropriate way to use the word yume ship? Would this be a yume ship or a self ship, or are they the same thing? Because the way I interpret it, and I know we're not going on about the video anymore, but you know, whatever. The way I interpret a self ship and a yume ship is a yume ship, you shipping your fictional character, an OC or whatnot, with a already existing character from a game, TV show, whatnot. And self shipping is shipping yourself with a pre-existing character. Of course, that means a yume ship could be a self ship and vice versa, because you can put a little bit of yourself into a, you know, fictional character or your OC. But, like, are they the same thing? Are they not? I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit wrong on that. But, you know, of course, drop your meanings in the thingy. It's just your standard yume ship. I find it a little bit weird. Kind of vibing to the music, so we have a lot to get through. This is awfully sexual. Do I believe sexual content should be on TikTok? Yes, if it has a... I'm actually going to look that up. One sec. Okay, then. TikTok does not have official built-in opt-in content warning button or toggle you can switch on before the video plays. Instead, creators must add custom warnings directly into their video edits using specific text to protect viewers. Now, this didn't have any of that. Did it have any of that? It did. So I guess it's fine. I still think it's really weird to make sexual edits of Roblox characters, Roblox being a kid's game. Sexual content can be desensitizing. Same as, like, violent content can be desensitizing if you experience it too much. I know a couple people that have been into... I know I'm kind of just letting this play. I didn't even know it was playing, to be honest. So, I know that a lot of people I know a lot of people that watched gore from a very young age, or watched gore a lot, and they got desensitized to violence. My older brother just put his hand up. He told me about it. It was crazy. Anyway, so even content like this can be, you know, desensitizing, as it is made to be sexually stimulating, I believe. I mean, the song itself, you know, can you lick your fingers before you open me? Being a lyric that I read somewhere in here. Also, the fact that the white dude's on top of him. You see the black dude's hands, like, hugging him closer. Here we go. Can you lick your fingers before you open me? So it is supposed to be, like, it says suggestive, but I think that's kind of like a euphemism. This is, like, fully sexual. I mean, well, suggestive would make that right, but I think it's a little bit too much for a Roblox game, especially since the content, like, warning, if we go here, is 5. People say it's not supposed to be 5, but its official rating is 5, so that's the rating I'm going to use. I haven't played the game, so I can't give you what I believe it should be, but it says it's 5. So, taking a game that is suitable for the ages of 5 and up, and then uploading exceedingly sexual content onto TikTok, a platform for 13 and whatnot. Now, I don't actually fault the creator and it themselves. They aren't doing anything against the rules or anything. It's just something I find to be a little bit weird. You know what I mean? Sure, you can like a game so much that you want to make content on it, but does that content have to be sexual? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I believe to make sexual content of characters or games, you would need to have at least somewhat of a basis of attraction, I guess, even if it's, like, fucking slight. I know that people kind of, you know, make sexual edits and whatnot all the time. Maybe they don't. I've been seeing the butterfly edit a lot, where it's like they actually just play porn at the beginning of their edits, and that in of itself is an entirely different kind of worms. Maybe I'll go into it, but it's like actually just like animated porn. If they're making a Genshin edit, they'll just put like the Hutao blue slime Genshin video. Wait a minute, that one might be Ball. That one might be Ball. Or the Hilichel. Was it Mona? No, was it Mona in the slime? Mona in the slime and Hutao in the Hilichel. Shit, it's been a while since I've engaged in that content. Overall, it's a Roblox game. I don't think the character should be used for sexual means and whatnot, but they are, and I don't think it's awfully weird. They did add a content warning in the beginning, so I can respect that. And now, well, that I know that TikTok doesn't actually have any sensitive warning thingies, which I think they should. They still made an effort, which I can totally and wholly respect. It's just, personally, I feel like it's a bit weird. Or it's a bit... weird isn't the right word, but I don't know what word to use. Anyway, that's all I have for you today, boys. If you enjoyed, you enjoyed. If you didn't, you didn't. Anya say now, Anya see you later on. Yeah, say ho.